Yo guys, what's going on? My name's Chris. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, what's up? If this is not your first time here, what's up? I have a very dry sense of humor, FYI. But something that is not funny is the topic for today's show. Today we are going to talk about the single best investment you could make in 2022. Everybody wants to know how to invest. These days, everything's so wild with cryptocurrency and stock market and cars and watches and housing market and yada yada. But there's one investment. There's one. The most important investment that you can make in 2022. And I'm going to tell you what that one is. I need you to do this. Smash that like button. Subscribe. And let's get into the show. Okay, guys, I got one for you today. All right. I get messaged this question to the point that we're shooting a show on it. Okay. Everybody wants to know how to invest their money in 2022. Whether they have a little bit of it, a lot of it. Well, if they have a lot of it, they probably know how to invest their money. And if they have a lot of it, they know how to invest their money. Here's the thing. There's no secret. There's money everywhere. There's money in every industry, in every opportunity. It's a matter of, can you make it? And I will tell you, making money is not difficult. It's not. It takes a lot of practice. But there's one thing that you need to understand, and the first thing that you invest in. You thought I was going to tell you there. No, not yet. Now I want to talk about one more thing first. Okay? Everybody knows the inflation is skyrocketing. Gas, food, labor, travel, life. It costs more to live right now. Which means you're looking to invest. Which means you want to make more money. Which means you need to make more money. So between the inflation and the abundance of text messages, phone calls, including this morning, I woke up to one text message this morning with someone that I know asking me to invest, if they should invest their money in this. First things first. Let's just be real for a second. I know I'm leaving you hanging, guys. I know. I usually just give you the answer. No, you're not getting it today. Yet. All right. First things first. I want you to understand that the single best thing that you could do to invest your money is, first things first, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know. I'm just in a playful mood today. So I'm not a financial advisor, but goddamn, do I get asked how to fucking make money. And it's like this weird thing because I never really formally taught it. But, waking up to a text message today, on top of all the other questions throughout the years, I guess it's time that I start talking about money. And this is your answer, guys. All right? The first place to the best place in the first place. The best place for 2022. In the first place that you should invest your money is in yourself. Not in crypto, not in the stock market, not in watches, not in cars, not in gold, not in fucking real estate, not in people, not in IRAs, not in 401ks, is yourself. All right. When I was young, right, all I did is chase money. And I'm talking in my 20s. I topped out making about $250,000 a year in my 20s. late 20s, as a competition coach, training fitness competitors. Okay. All right. But I was only chasing money, and I exhausted my resources because fundamentally I wasn't investing my money in myself nearly as much as I could. In contrast, almost a decade later, all I do, all of it, I mean, 98.5% of the money that my companies make goes right back into the company. 10 years prior, 100% of the money that my companies made went in my pocket. All right? That difference, okay? That difference starts with investing in yourself. And the amount of money being made now is far superior to where I'm telling you back in my 20s. Far superior. Nah, I won't say it. I don't need to say it. But when I was young, I would chase money, and I exhausted my resources. And I was only about 8 years into business, and I realized that I had capped out. I had I had 2 business degrees. I've been running a business for 8 years. I was doing really well. And I know a lot of you that listen probably know these stories, but the interesting part about it is some of you might not. And I feel redundant saying these things, but I was doing really well. I mean, I had a brand new car. I had a house, traveling first class. I had high-end timepieces on my wrist, Louis bags, spending all my money. But I wasn't investing it, right? I was, you know what I was doing? I was investing it in my comfort is really what I was doing. And, I thought I was like the shit because I had an MBA and I had an undergraduate degree in business, and I was winning all these business competitions as a business student, even against Yale students. But the problem was I had problems everywhere in life, and I needed to find some guidance. All right. And I figured out I had to invest in myself. And, at that point, I was reading. I was reading about veterans like Marcus Luttrell and Chris Kyle and Jocko, who came out of the military, in their case, the Navy SEALs, and made something of themselves because they had written books at that point. And I knew these guys, their Hollywood-esque persona / themselves in the military, right? Like everybody knew who they were in the military, but when they got out, they made something big of themselves, and movies were written because they wrote books and so on and so forth. And that's what I was reading about, how they did it through their experiences and writing books and so on and so forth. But I wasn't focusing on investing in myself. I was reading, so I was investing in myself very little, but I wasn't focusing on how to invest in myself. So that's the shift. I realized I had capped out and I needed to know more. And what I started doing was 4 very basic things. Number 1, I bought every book I can find on personal development, psychology, and the laws of the universe, most commonly referred to as the most prominent law of the universe, law of attraction. And I started educating myself. And then I bought books on other entrepreneurs that were doing really well because I was not focusing on the veterans now. I was focusing on the entrepreneurs that did well. Gary Vee, Andy Frisella, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Number 2, I started only following people on social media that I admired because their success I wanted to emulate in my own version. Number 3, I hired mentors and coaches, good and bad mentors and coaches, and learned my lesson with one of them specifically. that was a big thing for me, spending 5-10 grand on a coach, or 20 grand on a coach, or $500 an hour on a coach. But the thing about it is, that's really when everything started changing. And then number 4 was I started associating myself in groups and friends only with other like-minded and wealthy individuals. At that point in my career is really when I started adding the knowledge I needed to grow and advance. And I was investing in myself, which multiplied and quadruplified or octopied or whatever the terms are, and has resulted in where I am today, which on all levels is far more advanced. And realizing that you have a problem, in my case, in the story I tell you, is I really just capped out on my abilities. And there was problems everywhere in my life, like accepting that you have a problem and wanting to do something about it, fundamentally through growth, through investment in yourself and growing, is the best thing you could do for yourself, let alone in 2022. The best investment you can make in 2022 is in yourself. And listen, I'm not telling you that you have to go hire a business coach or mentor. What I'm saying is buy some books, buy more books, buy courses, whatever you want to learn. Follow people you admire. Unfollow these ding-dongs. Join groups. Build groups, masterminds, group coaching, whatever. And fundamentally, join communities. Be around like-minded people. Listen, if you like my message and want to be around like-minded people that I lead, ask to join our group. It's in the show notes. If you want to join our mastermind, join our mastermind. Weekly call every Monday night. If you want to get coached one-on-one, happy to coach you. Happy to explore to see if I can coach you or mentor you. You don't have to choose me, but the opportunity is there if you like the opportunity. But fundamentally, I don't care if you pick me or someone else. I care that you develop. I care that you learn. And I care that I'm adding value just by teaching that the best investment in 2022 and in your life is in yourself. All right, guys, that's what I got for you today. I hope I added some value. If you have some questions about what we talked about, need book recommendations, group recommendations, people to follow, whatever, drop them in the comments below. If you've implemented any of this, tell us about it in the comments below. Let's build this community. Let's talk to each other. Let's support each other. Smash that like button and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.